Wishing you and your loved ones a very happy and prosperous Deepavali, my friend. So, today's topic is November month's transit. Let me do the mantras quickly. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vyam Ved Vyasaya Namah Om Gurve Namah. Fabulous. As Deepavali is a festival of prosperity, happiness, so I did two things on this occasion. So yesterday I gave a free giveaway question. Those who are connected to my channel as my subscribers, they know that it was yesterday. And then in the first few minutes, about 20-25 minutes or so, I received more than 50 questions. So I had to request you to please refrain from sending more questions. So I'll pick up the first 20 questions, okay? And then those questions I will not be able to pick. I apologize to them. And you can look forward to the future giveaway if that's your ask. Yeah. And the second thing which I did on this occasion, I posted a video on career growth a couple of days back, because that is the most burning question in most of your mind. I mean, career is one such topic which can bother everybody, right? And if you go through that video, it will give you a simple and effective Vedic remedy which you have to adopt, so that before you apply for a job, before you get into an interview discussion, before you start any important engagement pertaining to your career, getting into a meeting with your supervisor or with some senior people, or if you intend to start a new initiative, any important activity pertaining to your career, you will understand, basis your ascendant, what simple prayer you need to do, whom you need to pray, and that can be actually quite effective. So make the best possible use of that on this beautiful festival of Deepavali. All right. So now I'll begin with this video, okay? And before I get into the ascendant or talk about the planetary position, let me express my gratitude for your response to Jyotish fundamentals, okay? Jyotish fundamentals, thank you very much for your overwhelming response, my friends. I mean, I'm really honored. And as you can see the course content on your screen, we're going to start from 1st of November. There'll be one class every weekend. And over the course of next 6 months, a very interactive course, and a lot of applications will be there, a lot of opportunities for you to ask questions and engage, to understand the topics pretty well. And there'll be evaluations, assessments, and a lot more. All right. So basically, it is not going to be a course, as I always put it across. It is going to be an experience, because over the last so many years of my engagement with Jyotish as a progression from astrology to Vedic Jyotish, I'll pull out only those relevant and required components which can add value to your life. And as you go through this course content, course journey, you will start experiencing yourself as an astrologer. You will start taking you seriously. You will start taking this subject very seriously. And people around you also will start to take you very, very seriously. So obviously there will be fame associated with it. And it is now your responsibility to manage that fame. Because with fame comes the responsibility also. How you behave, how you project yourself, and how you project this subject. All right. So those who could not be a part of this experience by enrolling themselves, still there is opportunity. You can go to the description box of this video. You can find the suitable details and you can get in touch with my office people. All right. So I look forward to see you there as a part of this journey. So if I look at the planetary combinations, the month of November actually is a quite peculiar month. You know, out of 9 planets, if you look at the planetary position, when we begin the month 1st of November, and as we end the month on 30th November, out of 9 planets, 5 planets will be in the same sign. Jupiter will continue to be in Cancer, Rahu will be in Aquarius, Ketu will be in Leo, Saturn will be in Pisces, and Mars will be in Scorpio, and Mercury will also be in Scorpio throughout the month. So out of 9, 5 planets will be in the same sign. That doesn't happen very often. And then this, I call this month, the way I look at this month, this is the month of retrogression and combustion. Rahu and Ketu are always retrograde, right? On top of that, we have Mercury retrograde for 20 days in the month. We have Jupiter retrograde for again 20 days in the month. And we have Saturn retrograde for 27 days in a month. So 5 planets will be retrograde for almost full month. And I refer this month as month of retrogression and combustion because Mercury will be combust for about 10 days. Venus will be combust first debilitated in the beginning of the month and then combust towards the end of the month for about 4 days. So, and then one more planet is combust, Mars. Mars will also be combust for about 25 days. So see, 5 planets are retrograde and 3 planets are combust. So it is a quite peculiar month. All right. So with this kind of backdrop, let me just straight get into ascendants. Aries ascendant. So my friend, the first delightful thing will be that from financial perspective, things will be reasonably okay. I'm using the word reasonably because you will be continuing to earn reasonably well, but the expenditure will be on the higher side. You have to maintain the balance. Okay. Now, 2 things I'll tell you here. First is a recommendation. In the case of finances, in the month of November, planning your strategy will be the key. If you make a plan, how much you're going to spend, how much you're going to, how are you going to apply your earning in advance, it will be in your favor. Okay. Planning and strategy related to your financial aspect will be the key. Second, I'll share with you a Jyotish insight. Now, because your Lagna Lord, your Aries ascendant, Mars is your Lagna Lord, it will be combust for about 25 days in November. So it can impact your career because it is your Lagna Lord and also 8th Lord in the 8th house. Though it is strongly placed in its own house, still because it is Lagna Lord and it is combust, it can impact your career and your decisions severely. So you need to ensure that you have some sort of Vedic remedy in place so that your life and your career specifically stays afloat. Rather, it gets the blessing. To that extent, if you really like to, let's say, do something good before you even apply for a job or before you go for an interview or before you start a new venture, new business, or before you get into any important discussion with your supervisor, with your senior stakeholders, if you get some Vedic remedy, very, very simple and effective, how nice it can be. So go to my other video on career, which I put across a few days back. That remedy for your Aries ascendant will be essential not only in November when your Lagna Lord is combust, but also for the entire life. Save that remedy, make it a habit to resort to that remedy for your entire life. It will be in advantageous to you. Okay, good. Now, another delightful thing. So from the past couple of months, there have been planetary combinations such that you are about to spend on your property matters. Specifically, if you are already having a house or property, you would like to make it beautiful, spending on such beautification. Now that spend will happen in November. So if you already have a property, you will see that you are you're feeling like spending more on that, beautification, etc. But if you're not having any property, you plan to buy a property, you plan to invest in real estate, my recommendation to you, hold on. This is not the best of the time for you to make investment. Ideally, you should hold on till the end of November. Okay. Now, another relief, because it was not a delightful thing in the past, it was a caution. Now it is coming as relief. You have been going through a bit of challenging time with your kids. It will be sorted. The month of November will provide you relief in this regard. Okay. Now, your desire will also be in the same relief area. While you see that your equation with your kids is getting resolved, getting better, your desire will be to do much more for them. Not only for your kids, or if you don't have your kids, you're not married, kids in general. If you're a teacher, do something for your students. If you have some means, some resources, do something as a CSR activity or as some donation drive to the needy kids. So your desire will be to do something for kids. That's a wonderful desire to have. Okay. Okay. Another delightful thing, which was again a caution in the past, now in the month of November, it is coming as a delightful thing. There were some issues you might have experienced with your parents, specifically with your father. That will get resolved. You'll see very nice things happening with your father as an individual and also as an equation with your father. Okay, that's a good thing. And also, from the past, I have been mentioning that there could be some testing time with your mother. Now, the good thing is that that testing time is only relevant for the first half of November. So if you need to discuss something important with your mother, something where you need to have her buy-in, look for the second half of November. That's the takeaway we can have from this understanding. Okay. The next is focus. So you will see that we talk about transformation, we kind of use this word, but actually what is transformation? You will experience that because your focus will be on your health and on your decisions. And that's nothing else but transformation. You will actually be very conscious about your health and how you think and how you take decisions. Very, very nice things to have your focus on. Now, in the area of education also, good thing is happening because there were some challenges you have been facing, some breaks, some kind of oppositions. In November, that will go away. So if you see, the month of November is coming with a lot of blessings, a lot of delightful things for you. Okay. Now, caution in the area of health. You need to take care of your lower body part, like your legs, your knees, your shanks, your thighs, your feet. This body part externally, you need to manage well compared to the top body part or compared to the middle body part. Okay. Now, Jyotish insight. So, if you intend to throw a party on Deepavali, let's say, or on some other nice occasions, you can actually go ahead. Because now, specifically from second half of November, you will see that you actually can be an excellent host. You will invite people, those who come to your party, the after effect of that party, and during party, the way you manage the entire show will be excellent. You will have the resources to conduct such parties, and you will have that courtesy and that skill, that art to be a very good host. All right. In terms of relationship, now the month of November is coming with another delightful thing. You will have a very nice time with your partner. That's a good thing, good feeling. All right. And let me add another dimension. Whom will you support in the area of relationship? And this question is basically in terms of people. Whom will you support? To your partner. So that's another added dimension to the relationship with your partner. Having a nice time and you supporting your partner is a great thing. And another delightful thing. So there can be some differences between you and your partner, but the delightful thing is that you will take initiative or initiatives to resolve those differences. Basically, you're going to act with maturity. That's a wonderful thing. Okay. Now, pain area. So first half, if I have to divide the month in first half and second half, because of certain planetary combinations, there can be a situation that you may feel a bit of pain area. No doubt you will act with maturity and try to resolve, but comparatively, second half of November will be much, much better in terms of your equation with your partner. Okay. Now, if you like to travel, there can be likelihood that you make a plan to travel. My recommendation to you, try to include some spiritual places in your travel itinerary. That will help you. It will give you peace of mind and it will kind of get you some blessings as an overall plan of visit to any place, basically. As an overall travel engagement, it will act as a blessing. Now, Jyotish insight. In the past couple of months, I have been telling that if you want to gain in your dealing, try to have dealings with some outsider, with some foreign people. Now that condition is no longer applicable. In simple words, now you can get into business dealing or personal dealing regardless of whether they are foreign people or local people. You will still be able to get benefit basis the mutual dealing. Okay, that will be there. So that condition is no longer applicable. Now, another recommendation from a remedial perspective, I'll recommend you to continue to pray to Hanumanji in addition to the Vedic remedy for your career growth. Okay, continue to pray to Hanumanji. That will also be helpful to you in the month of November. And who will be a support system? If you are feeling a bit low, whom can you reach out to get confidence? Your sister. Okay, and use timestamps to get to supportive days, and then use those days so that you get a reasonably better outcome for your important decision, important action in the month of November. Okay. And Sadhisati, as I always say, is not from ascendant. I have put up a separate video on Sadhisati. Use that video from your Aries moon sign. Okay. This was for your Aries ascendant. Best wishes. Taurus ascendant. So my friend, the first delightful thing, in the area of finances, there is a reasonable availability of finances for you in the month of November. I am using the word reasonable for your ascendant because, see, for you, as I mentioned a couple of times, that Saturn is your Yogakarak as well as your Badhak. So the month of November, because Saturn is retrograde, it is not properly acting as a Yogakarak. So you have to do a couple of things. I'll explain as I move forward so that your finances are not impacted adversely. No doubt, hard work and transparency, as I've been telling you, continues to be there to pacify Saturn. Those two things will be there. Okay, and this will also impact your speculation capability, which is also planetary combinations are suggesting you can be successful in speculative capabilities. With a disclaimer, this is your accountability. But how can you ensure that you are reasonably more successful? Hold on. And the delightful thing, because I am talking about wealth coming to you, this is more of a delightful thing, but with a bit of a caution. Another delightful thing is that you have been happy so far on various fronts, and specifically because of your self-earned wealth, now that happiness is more applicable for first half of November. Okay, more applicable. But if you really want to extend this to second half, I'll quickly build on to that. Because in second half, expenses are really going to be high. So you need to manage and maintain the balance between the income and expenditure. Even if you're not earning, let's say your spouse is earning, still, if you're not able to maintain the balance, as a family, there can be an adverse situation between income and expenditure. You need to manage that and maintain that. And how can you do that and why you need to do that specifically? One thing I told you, Saturn, your 10th lord, is retrograde, which can impact the career and associated income capabilities. Okay, it will not act as the proper Yog Karak, but more of a Badhaka, as the 9th lord being retrograde. Okay, but on top of that, your Lagna lord, Venus, it is, as you begin the month of November, it is debilitated in the first week. And as we end the month of November, it is combust. So it is like a Papa Kartri Yoga. It is hemmed between debilitation and combustion throughout the month. So to that extent, you need to do some remedy so that your career, your work doesn't get impacted adversely. So what if you get some simple and effective Vedic remedy so that before you get into any important activity related to your work, related to your career, for example, before you actually get into any application for job, apply for a new job, before you actually get into your interview discussions, before you start any important discussion with your supervisor, with any senior stakeholders, or any start of a new venture, any important business activity, before you do that, if you can do a very simple remedy, Vedic remedy, how nice it will be. It can start or ensure that your luck start to favor you. If you want to do that, please go to another video on career, specifically on career, which I put up a few days back. Look for your ascendant and find that remedy. And that remedy, though it is relevant for you in the month of November, for the reason I mentioned earlier, this remedy is going to help you throughout in your career. Make a note of this remedy, make a habit that you adopt or do this remedy on a regular basis whenever you take any important decision for your career in your life. It is going to help you big time. Okay, coming back to this monthly transit results. Now, another recommendation. In addition to that remedy, I will strongly recommend you that you recite Hanuman Chalisa in the month of November. It will help you. Now, a delightful thing in terms of your disposition, your outlook, you'll feel happy. Your disposition will be cheerful for various reasons. As I'll talk about different delightful things, but on an overall basis, you will feel happy and contented in the month of November, and that's a good thing. Okay. Now, in terms of efforts, this has been continued. that I always tell that you people put a lot of efforts. Now the peculiar thing in the month of November, you'll feel like putting in a lot of efforts because that's your nature. Okay, it comes naturally to you. You'll feel like putting in a lot of efforts again in the month of November. But the challenge is, in the first half of November, you'll feel like you don't have strength. Intent will be there, but you will be like devoid of strength and energy. So therefore, the takeaway, if you have to put in some efforts on some important thing, which can take some while, my recommendation is that you start that activity in the second half of the month. Because in second half of the month, you will have reasonably much more strength to put in the efforts and get that thing done. Okay. And how do you ensure, is there a way, Vedic way, so that you can get this kind of energy throughout the month of November? Yes. If you pray to your Guru, I told you to do Hanuman Chalisa, right? If you do Hanuman Chalisa and also pray to your Guru, this thing can get resolved. Okay, good. Now, from the family perspective, so when you look at your equation with your father, it will be good, but your father needs you, and you are a very nice son, very nice daughter. But in the month of November, despite your intent and willingness to help and support your father, you will have to, I'm using the word have to, you will have to take out time towards your father, because your priorities will be too many. You will not get the time by itself. You need to take out time to spend with your father to make your father happy. Okay. Now, in terms of your desire, and why will you even think about taking out time for your father? Because a desire is linked to that. Your desire will be, okay, the environment at home should be nice and amicable. Everybody at home should feel happy and contented. Okay. Now, another delightful thing in terms of your equation with your partner. See, last month there were some challenges in terms of sexual incompatibility. But the month of November is coming with some delightful news that sexual incompatibility will go away. You'll feel like being one with your partner. To that extent, there will be mutual harmony with your partner. That's a nice feeling. Good. But how it can happen? How can you ensure through Jyotish ways that your partner listens to you? The equation remains nice and amicable. To do that, you have to do a simple thing. You have to spend some money. You have to take your partner for shopping. You have to book some trips, some plan for a travel, some outing. Those things can actually ensure that your partner will listen to what you say. Okay? All right. And who will you support? I'm adding another dimension. Which are those people whom you support in the month of November? Because I always talk about who is your biggest support. I'm adding another dimension this time. You will support your partner. And that's a wonderful feeling. Okay? Caution. This caution continues, but the reasoning will change in the month of November. There can be a possibility that you will get into some sort of affairs, some sort of relationship at your workplace. And the reason, why can it be in the month of November? Pure pleasure. Platonic relationship. To derive some pleasures. Okay? Okay, now in terms of health, you have to take care of your lower body part, like your knees, your shanks, your thighs, your feet. Compared to your top and middle body part, your lower body part will demand your attention in the month of November. Okay. Okay. Now, from career perspective, once again, as a Jyotish insight, I will strongly recommend you to continue to pull the lever, pull the trigger in terms of finding new job opportunities, changing job, exploring different work scopes, or even to the extent of expanding your business. It's a great time. Continue to, even if you are not finding immediate outcomes or immediate opportunities, you continue to put efforts because things are going fine. Time is in your favor. On top of that, if you add that Vedic remedy for your career from my other video, it will be like an icing on the cake. Okay. Who will be your support system now? Spiritual gurus. Some nice people whom you think in your favor by giving you some nice advice Those will be your support system in the month of November. And use timestamp to go to supportive days section and make best possible use of those days in the month of November to take important decisions and expect favorable and positive outcomes. Okay? So this was for Taurus ascendant. Best wishes. Gemini ascendant. So my friend, the first delightful thing in terms of finances, your planetary positions is actually favoring you. You can get a lot of money coming your way, but at the same time, expenses are equally going high. Okay, and this is happening for a lot of ascendants this month. Okay, but for you also it is happening. So, what recommendation can I give you? The very first recommendation is that if you want to manage your income and expenditure in a way that you want income to go high, it is difficult to manage expenditure or cut down expenditure. So what can you do to ensure income can go high? If you get into your dealings, if you are a business person, if you can do that with some foreign people, or even if you are in service industry and a lot depends on your feedback, how people respond to your business delivery. As long as you engage a lot of foreign people in your feedback, in your review sessions, it can actually help you significantly. Okay. Now, delightful thing is that this is the recommendation I given you just now, but what is happening naturally for you is that you will get that smartness to maintain or manage your side pretty well. You will not let other people take undue advantage of you when you are at workplace. That will be there. You will get that kind of power. And will your means be justifiable? Your means will be like, if somebody does something wrong to you, will you behave like, okay, let the person go? You will behave like, have you seen that movie, The Equalizer? So, Denzel Washington, the way he behaves in that movie, you will behave in the similar kind of way. You will not shy away to give it back to the person. Okay, that's how you're gonna react or behave in the month of November. Okay, and that's how you will protect your rights. You will not do any injustice to others, but you are going to protect your right and yourself in the way you deem fit. Okay, but the challenge, see, Gemini Lagna person, your Lagna Lord is Mercury. Mercury will be retrograde for 20 days in the month of November. On top of that, it will be combust for about 11 days. So it is not going to be an easy ride for you. You know, Mercury is also your fourth lord. Fourth lord represents your home and happiness. The axis is 4-10 axis. That happiness is deriving from your 10th house of profession. There you have Saturn retrograde. You see the linkages aspecting your 4th house. And as a Rashi Drishti on your Lagna, a retrograde Saturn. While your Lagna Lord is retrograde and combust, you need to protect your career. And how can you do that? If I tell you something in very easy way to protect your career, before you take any important decision for your career, for example, before you even apply for a job, before you get into any interview call, before you start any important discussion with your supervisor, appraisal discussion, or any presentation with some senior stakeholder, or before you start a new venture, any kind of venture. Before you do that, if you do simple remedy at any place you are, how nice it can be. And if that remedy can start ensuring that your luck favors you, it can do away with all these blemishes. If you want to do that, go to the other video on career, which I put up a few days ago, specifically for career, and look for your Gemini ascendant and find that remedy. And that remedy will help you in November, for sure. But it is such a remedy, you can resort to it throughout your life. It can help you, it will help you in your career for your entire life. Okay? Now, another delightful thing. How is your relationship with boss? See, why I'm talking about it? Because this will be a pain area in the month of November. Because there will be some strain in your relationship with boss. But I'll also tell you a remedy, simple remedy. Obviously, you will do that Vedic remedy for your career growth. But if you want to improve your relationship with your boss, you need to do daily prayer. You can do the same remedy, career remedy every day. That also will be enough. Because boss is related to career and that remedy is also for career. But if you simply do any prayer, daily prayer without any break, your equation with your boss will improve and this pain area will go away. Okay. Another delightful thing. In terms of your competition, opposition, on an overall level, you are going to have an upper edge. Your competitor will not be able to face you rather. But the Jyotish, what is the takeaway? How can you ensure that this stays throughout the month of November? In November, this can happen because of your social status, because of your money power. Whether you are resourceful or not, when it comes to competition or opposition, you have to show, you have to portray that you have a lot of resources. That is the best possible way for you to curb the competition or the challenges from the opposition. Recommendation. To do that, you need to have some strength within your, at a physical level and at a mental level. And in the month of November, you will feel, you will not get the strength on its own. To do that, you need to pray to Sri Ganesh. Pray to Ganesh, get the strength and then show to the world that you have enough resources. Okay. In the area of education, see, education is favoring you in the month of November. It has been favoring you from the last couple of months. But the month of November is also similar, on the similar lines, almost, with some deviation. One thing which is similar, you will need some guidance in the area of education. It is not that you pick up the book and start reading and you will understand everything. You will need some sort of teacher, some guru who will tell the concepts to you and then you will understand. Some guidance is required. Okay. Now, challenges and obstructions can be there in the area of education. But if I divide the month in two halves, second half of November will be much, much better. So if you need to present something, if you need to apply your learning, second half is the month. Second half is the right place. This is the takeaway. Okay, if you need to present something, try that your presentation, your application of learning falls in second half of November. Okay, good. Now, in terms of recommendation, what recommendation can I give you as an astrologer that your education, your learning stays afloat? If you start your learning, start your day with a planning. If you make a plan, okay, this is the day, I'll dedicate this hours for this much time for learning, this much time for my other engagement, this much time for workout, XYZ. And you incorporate planning, incorporate your learning in that plan, then you can get success. Okay, that's the recommendation I can give you. Now this is a caution now, which was a blissful thing earlier. Your outlook has been quite spiritual from quite some time. Now, in the month of November, it will not come easily. There will be some illusions that will distract you, that will draw your attention outwardly. So now you have the visibility, you can be a bit conscious about it to manage it well. And spirituality will not come through easily in the month of November. You have to put in extra effort. In terms of property, you are not supposed to buy or invest in real estate in the month of November, period. Otherwise, the experience or the after effects will not be happy, will not be good. Okay, in the area of relationship, now this area is a bit tricky. First of all, whom you are going to support. As I tell you that who will be your support, I'm adding another dimension this time. Who will you support? You will support your secret lover. It means there can be a strong likelihood of you getting into some sort of relationship. Or if you are already in a relationship, you will support your secret lover. Okay. Purpose, why this thing can happen? Because you will feel that your partner is kind of not very helpful to you. You will rather look your partner as a cause of pain, as a cause of sorrow. You will not derive so much of happiness from your partner. That will prompt you to be closer to your secret lover. Okay. And your desire will be to be one with a person of opposite sex. Purpose, money. more than pleasure, you will feel like you will get some sort of comfort at a monetary level. Maybe you yourself will spend that money, or if the other person is spending, that is more applicable. But in other scenario, you can also spend, but still you will derive the pleasure of that spending yourself. When you're together, you will derive the pleasure. Okay, so be very, very careful and cautious in the area of relationships. Okay. Now, how you can ensure that your relationship with your partner gets streamlined? Let's say you want to be away from this secret stuff. Okay. So, only recommendation I can give you, talk. Talk to your partner. The more you talk, the better you will feel, and actually you will bridge the gaps between the both of you through talking. Okay. Where will you focus in the month of November? On doing an excellent work at work front. Your focus will not be in homely affair, but at work front. Okay. Health. I strongly recommend you to take care of your lower body portion in comparison to your top or middle body portion. For example, your legs, your shanks, your thighs, your feet. This is the area where you need to be very, very conscious of. Okay. Now, the other thing is, I've been telling you that yes, there can be a temper issue because your support staff will not be in your favor. They can take some unplanned leave. They can take away some things from your house if you're not vigilant enough. Small thing can happen. Need to be vigilant enough. Otherwise, you can feel a bit upset because of their conduct. In area of your career, okay, you are going through a very, very good time. So you need to just throttle your career search, job search, or interview, or taking interview, or using your network, activating your network, experimenting with job change or business proposals in sync with that Vedic remedy for career growth. If you bring that Vedic remedy with your efforts, you will get your efforts results like anything. Okay. Now, another recommendation, while searching for your job in sync with that Vedic remedy on career, if you get an opportunity which will prompt you to relocate, take it. Going to a foreign location at this juncture is in your favor. Good insight? Okay. Who will be your support system? Your sister will be your biggest support system, a figure like sister-like figure, if you don't have any sister, unfortunately. So, if you're feeling a bit low, she will give you enough confidence. All right? And you can use timestamps, go to supportive days section, get the visibility and make use of those supportive days to get the favorable outcome for your important decisions in the month of November. This was for Gemini Ascendant. Best wishes. Cancer Ascendant. So my friend, the first delightful thing is really delightful. The things which were stuck in your love life will get smoothened out. You will start to get quite nice engagement with your partner whom you love, and this will bring a nice contentment to your heart. Okay. Now, other delightful thing in terms of your career, second half of November will be beneficial to you much more than the first half of November when it comes to your career. But this career thing, the work thing is quite deep. As I progress, you will get to understand quickly. So from the last couple of months, I've been telling that this is the time for you to give colors to your desire, put in effort. You will feel like you can do multitasking. Every hand will have the strength of doing multitasking and all these things. Now, I have been getting you ready because the time to get a reward, the outcomes, the benefits is now. It will begin from second half of November. All the efforts which you have been putting will start to give you results now. But there's a condition, because as I mentioned, second half of November is a time which is going to be in your favor. But the condition I'll bring forward to you very soon. Just hold on. And with that fulfilling condition, you will also get a lot of comforts. From financial perspective, you will ensure that finances keep coming your way. Not a problem at all. That area is sorted. And your deep desire actually in the month of November will be to increase your corpus of money. You may feel that a bit of money is stuck somewhere, or even if you have enough money in your bank account, you'll feel like, no, I should have more. If I have more money, I can think about retirement. I can think about taking more breaks. I can think about behaving at my workplace the way I like to behave sometime. So you want a bit more assurance at the financial front. That kind of desire you will have in the month of November. Now, second half of November is good for your career. Your desires or your effort will start to give you outcomes. You can do multitasking. You can explore different activities. You'll have enough money. How? Is there a challenge? You think about it. The moment we are beginning in the month of November, your Lagna Lord, Moon, it will be in the sign Aquarius. Okay? Which is the 8th from your ascendant, Cancer. That is the first challenge. Those who understand astrology can appreciate. On top of that, Moon with Rahu. And third dimension is that while Saturn is very close to 0 degree in Pisces and retrograde, coming towards Moon. So Moon is hemmed between Rahu and Saturn in the sign Aquarius, which is sign of Saturn and Rahu, in 8th from your ascendant. So it is not going to be an easy thing. Not at all. Not at all. And your 10th Lord Mars will also be combust in the month of November. Things are not going to be easy. Need to protect your career. And how you can do that? By simple and effective Vedic remedy. If you get to know of Vedic remedy, which you can apply every time you get into an interview discussion, or you apply for a new job, or you get into a discussion with your supervisor, with some senior partners for your presentation, or you want to float a new business, new project, new initiative, anything pertaining to your work, if you can adopt that remedy, apply that remedy and ensure that your luck starts to favor you, all these blemishes can actually go away with your devotion and faith. How nice will that be? You can get that. Go to my other video I put across a few days back, specifically on career. Go to your Cancer Ascendant segment. Get hold of the remedy. That remedy will not only help you in November, but also throughout your life. Just ensure that you keep that remedy with you all the time. You will see a lot of strength coming in your career because that's a Vedic remedy. Okay? All right, moving forward. Another delightful thing. See, your mind. See, mind is the key. In November, you will feel that your mind will be very sorted. It has been a bit chaotic in November specifically, while Jupiter will be transiting over your Lagna. But the result is not only coming from Jupiter, but the mutual cumulative planetary combinations, I'm telling. Your mind will be a bit contented and you will feel like gaining knowledge. Okay. Another delightful thing. And while in your endeavor of gaining knowledge, you will feel that your mother and mother's family will be quite supportive compared to your father and father's family. You will not get that much of support from that lineage or that side, but your mother and mother's side will be quite helpful and supportive in gaining you experiences, life's experiences. Knowledge doesn't always come through books, but more from life's experiences and teachings. Okay. Caution. I have been telling you that you may be required to do some sort of menial jobs for your boss, but so far your boss has been justifiable to some extent, but November can be a bit tricky. Your boss can be a bit troublesome, bit self-centric. Kindly adopt that Vedic remedy I told you for career. That will help you. On top of that, another trick I'll tell you, Jyotish insight. If you are not at a foreign place, it will be easy for you to manage equation with your supervisor. But if you are at a foreign place, or your boss is at foreign place, there's a gap between you and your boss, both of you are not at the same city, at the same place, then it is extremely important for you to do that career remedy. Okay? Delightful thing. your efforts will bring fame to you. Definitely, fame and honors will be there for you in the month of November as well, because of your efforts. Where will be your focus? The first half of the month, because your Lagna Lord is Moon, focus is never consistent. You will try to bring some conscious changes within you because you have realized that what you need, what is your priority. You will try to bring some conscious changes. And in the second half, you will actually try to force fit some nice thoughts in your head. Why will you need to use force to bring those changes? Because that is linked to your pain area. Your pain area is that thing which will bother you 24/7 in the month of November. You actually want to bring spirituality in your life. You really want. But somehow, things are not supportive. The way your internal structure is built or behaving is not very supportive. And that's why second half of month, your focus will be to neutralize your pain area. You'll try to do that big time. Okay. Now, another delightful thing, which was a caution in the past. Your expenditure was not on the right causes. It was on wines and dining and wining. But now, November, expenditure will be at the right place. Justifiable causes, which is a very welcome change. Whom do you support? I talk about who is your support. From now on, I have added another dimension. Whom will you support? You're going to support your partner whom you love. That can be different from your spouse. It can be your spouse. Okay? Caution. In the area of relationship, my friend, this has been continued for a time and it is going to continue because the planetary combinations are such which are a bit tricky. You can be a very soft target. People will hit you big time and you know that. And you can be a really soft and easy target. It will be easy for others to get close to you. Very easy. That's where spirituality is very important in your life. Otherwise, you can fall prey to people's attempt to approach you. Be very, very cautious and careful. So, I always tell you that how to judge who is right for you. The person who will not only look at your external elegance or beauty, but also capable enough to give you or guide you, give you right advice and guide you as your mentor. That will be the right person for you, for your life. Okay. How you can make it happen? How you can assure that these things work in your favor? You don't fall prey to somebody's desires which you don't want or shouldn't happen. Transparency will be the key. Without transparency, things will fall apart big time. Okay? Okay. From career perspective. Now, you need to ensure that this is not the best of the time for you to make a change in job. You need to build your fund foundation strongly, add on to your knowledge, but it is not the best of the time for you to change job. Okay? Or look for the business expansion. If at all you want to take chances, use that Vedic remedy and then add on your effort with the Vedic remedy and then hope for the positive outcomes. But still not the best of the time for change job. Rather, you stay put where you are, you continue that job. When the right time will come, then you put down your papers or move forward. And caution from health perspective, you need to be very mindful of your food habits. Very, very mindful. What you eat, if you order something from outside, ensure that you're ordering from a nice place. Don't try to save money on discount. Otherwise, you may have to incur additional money on your managing health. Okay. Who will be your support system in November? Your mother. If you are feeling low, speak to your mother. She will build in or infuse a lot of confidence in you. Okay. Use timestamp to go to supportive days. Make use of those days in order to get favorable outcome for your important decisions in the month of November. Okay. So this was for Cancer Ascendant. Best wishes. Leo Ascendant. My friend, the first delightful thing is quite nice. You're going to have a great time with your partner, specifically in the second half of the month. And I'll talk about this in detail because it has varied colors. Okay. Your Jyotish insight is that your mind will be in the seventh house, basically. But surprisingly and interestingly, you will not be like, has those kind of lustful feelings. But it will be like more productive, more discussion oriented. That's the beautiful thing you will encounter in the month of November. And whom will you support? I'm adding another dimension. Generally, I talk about who is your support. This time I'm adding whom will you support. So, whom will you support? Because while your mind will be in the seventh house kind of activities, and you will support your partner and engage in travel. So, you like to travel with your partner, with your friends, such activities, such people you will support. Okay. Delightful thing. You will feel that you will have a lot of strength, a lot of courage, which will prompt you to put in a bit of efforts in the month of November. This is a very good thing, because when you feel the energy to put in efforts, you will also get the outcomes, right? A recommendation to ensure that this comes through correct. This comes through in your favor. You have to plan it out. If you just do it randomly, out of blue moon, it will not help you. If you plan it out, then your efforts will bring you success. Delightful thing. See, from financial perspective, the planetary combinations are supporting and favoring you. There's no problem. You will have good material comfort, good luxurious experiences, finances fine, reasonably well. But the challenge, see, you are Leo Lagna person. As you begin the month, your Lagna Lord Sun will be in the third house, Libra. That itself is a slight of a challenge, people who don't understand astrology. And your 10th Lord, I'm more concerned about career, because career brings resources primarily. 10th Lord, Venus, though in its own house, Libra, in the middle of the month. But in the beginning of the month, in Virgo, debilitated. By the end of the month, combust. It's a challenging situation for your 10th Lord. While your Lagna Lord is transiting in third house in the beginning of the month. Debilitated. Sun in Libra, debilitated. Lagna Lord is debilitated. 10th Lord is debilitated. As you begin the month, you need protection, don't you? For your career. And how can you get that? Easy and effective Vedic remedy. Such that before you actually, let's say, start even applying for a job, before you get into an interview discussion, before you join a job on the first day, after you join the job, or before you get into any important conversation with your supervisor, appraisal discussion, or some discussion with some senior stakeholders, some business partners, doing some presentation, before you intend to float a new idea, new project, new initiative, anything pertaining to your career, before you do that, if you apply that Vedic remedy, it will activate your fortune in your favor. It can do away with all these blemishes. How nice. Go to the other video on career I put up a few days ago. Go to your Leo Ascendant section, spend 2 minutes of time, get the remedy. That remedy will not only help you in November, but throughout your life. Keep it with you always and make the best possible use out of it. Now, because, okay, before I talk about, I was going to talk about something linked to your decision-making capability, because you are inclined to make some mistakes while it comes to taking decisions. But the good thing is that I stopped myself because I could see the better thing. In the month of November, you will get that kind of strength inbuilt in you that you will feel, I can take care of myself. Even if I commit a mistake, I can take care of myself. And God forbids, if somebody else does something wrong to you, how will you behave? Will you behave in a very easygoing manner? Oh, that's fine, let me forgive. No. You'll be like that movie, The Equalizer, Denzel Washington. The way he behaved, you will give it back, big time. Okay. Now, why is it happening? Because it is emanating out of your deep desire. Your desire will be like, enough of sacrifices, enough of doing for others. Let me think about myself now. Let me be self-centric now. Enough. That's your desire. In terms of education, see, first half is a bit tricky. It is not going to give you good results or good applications out of your education. You will not feel like reading in the first place or learning new things. Even if you apply some efforts, you will not able to enjoy or learn out of it. Second half is much, much better. So the takeaway, if you want to build on your learning, build on something new or some new concept, second half is the time for you. Where will be your focus? The first half of the month, you will feel like I want to contribute, I want to put in efforts so that I can make my life more enriching. It'll be more about your own contribution. But in the second half, you'll feel like, as I mentioned, enough what I can derive from my home. Forget my efforts. My focus is on getting some benefits out of my home, getting some comforts out of my home. Okay? In terms of your family, so this is continued for a bit some time. Your equation with your mother will be quite nice and you will like to do something for your mother. Unlike other months, this time, if you want to make your mother happy, give her some cash. Let's say you open some fixed deposit in her name. So monetary thing will make her happy. We'll give her some sort of comfort. Do some property in her name. Think about that. That monetary comfort is what she's looking for. Okay. With your caution, with your kids, there can be a bit of tough time. It had been continued for a while. Now the good thing is that in November, second half of November, it will resolve. So if you see on an overall basis, second half of the month seems quite promising for you. Yeah. Now, from relationship perspective, I gave you a bit of indication in the beginning that second half is better. But expectation perspective, you know that expectation has been quite high. From your side, the way you expect from your partner is quite high. I keep telling you the expectation every month, what kind of specific expectation you have from your partner. In November, your expectation will be, can my partner, can she satisfy me? Can she satisfy my desires? Can he give me that kind of happiness to satisfy my cravings? That pleasurable expectation will be from your partner. Okay. Second half of the month, things will be improving, as you know by now. And if you intend to get married, second half of the month is more promising, but you need to look at your natal chart properly. Do proper matchmaking. From health perspective, see, this is your pain area. You need to manage your health. You feel that your health is having some problem. This is bothering you 24/7. This is your pain area. Manage it well. Specifically, manage your excretory system. Manage your external reproductive system. Engage in safe sex. Okay? Who will be your support system? Your friends will be your support system in November. If you are feeling low in confidence, talk to your friends and they will infuse a lot of confidence back to you. And make use of timestamp. Go to supportive days section. Make use of supportive days visibility so that you can get positive outcome for your important decision in the month of November. This was for Leo Ascendant. Best wishes. Virgo Ascendant. So my friend, the first delightful thing in the area of finance. Financial perspective, you seem fine. Why? Is it coming on its own? No, because of your own efforts. It means that is the other delightful thing, that you are going to put in effort which will give you outcome as a financial confidence. But the challenge, the caution is, you will not have the enough strength, enough confidence to put in the efforts that can derail the entire scenario. Can't it? Why it can happen? See, you are Virgo Ascendant. Your Lagna Lord is Mercury, which is also your 10th Lord. Your 10th house is Gemini. And Mercury is retrograde for more than 20 days in the month. 11 days it is combust. It is not easy in the month of November for your career. Because of Lagna Lord, you are feeling devoid of strength And 10th Lord is also combustion retrograde, that will add on to the fuel. So you need to protect your career big time. So this month is a month of retrogression and combustion. I am not even talking about Saturn sitting in your 7th house retrograde. I am not even talking about that, aspecting Rashi Dishti to a 10th house Gemini. Forget that. Need protection, my friend. How can you do that? Very simple and effective Vedic remedy, which I mentioned in my recent video on career. If you go to that video, go to Gemini Ascendant section, you'll find out such a remedy which you can do it anywhere before you start any important activity for your career, like applying for a job, getting into interview call. After you join the job, get into any important discussion with your supervisor or any other senior stakeholder discussion, any important presentation. You want to float a business, float an idea, a project throughout your life. That remedy will not only help you in November, throughout your life in your career. Make the best possible use of that remedy, my friend. Other delightful thing is that you'll continue to be helpful to others. That's a beautiful feeling. And why is it happening? Because planets are supporting you to give you a broader vision. You're very broad-minded. You respect divergent views. You respect their point of view. You're patient enough to talk about your side point of view. It's a nice mutual discussion happening. Okay? But remember, Mercury is retrograde. It is not going to be easy ride in any scenario, in every scenario this month. So that's where, when it comes to opposition, though otherwise you are a person who can talk and get away with the differences, this time it will not be a very justifiable discussion. When you feel somebody is trying to make use of your goodness, you will be like Denzel Washington, the way he behaved in the movie The Equalizer. Go and watch a trailer on YouTube. You'll find, oh my goodness. You are going to give it big time this time. Okay, being a Virgo person, you will get that kind of strength and energy in you. Okay. But yes, when you get the knowledge, you will go to the extent of even writing some scriptures, literature, book. You can go any miles. You will have that kind of confidence and capability. Okay. Right. Learning seems promising in the month of November. Despite Mercury being retrograde and combust, learning seems promising. Because you will have that kind of vision, that broad-minded approach. That will help you. Now, from relationship perspective, things are looking quite nice because you are going to get some sort of benefit out of your partner's association at your workplace, in different activities of your life. That is a very good thing. So who will you support? I talk about who is going to be your support in my monthly video. This time I'm going to add another dimension. Who will you support? Your partner. That's a wonderful thing. Okay? But caution, there can still be disturbances between you and your partner. Why? Can we get to know? Yes. Because of finances. That can cause some differences. You need to manage finances really well. You will actually feel that in the first half of November specifically, that relationship is not progressing. It is stagnant or feeling backward. Second half of November, you will start to feel a bit relaxed. This is better. I can take a sigh of relief. I can use my Mercurian skills to bridge the gap and take it forward. Now, in terms of your another caution, you will experience a bit of testing time with your kids, the way you engage with them. Something will bother you, be it their performance in academics or their company, the keep. But that is more applicable for the first half of November. And if you pray to Lord Shiva, that thing can be taken care of. Okay? Good. That's my recommendation. Now, your deep desire will be that you will feel like deriving experiences, traveling, experimenting with life, deriving pleasures out of life. That will be your deep desire. And your focus will be unidirectional this time on smoothing out your career. And to that extent, let me tell you that you need to continue to look for job change, continue to find opportunities for your career growth. And at this juncture, let me also remind you again, add on that Vedic remedy for career that can work really well with your efforts in giving you some favorable outcomes. Okay? From a health perspective, please take care of your middle body portions, like your heart, your lungs, your abdomen, your such body portions compared to your top and lower body portion. Okay. Who will be your support system in the month of November? Your father. So if you are feeling a bit low in confidence, speak to him, you will get the confidence. And you can use timestamps to get the visibility of supportive days in November, and then make use of that visibility to get favorable outcomes for your important decisions taken in the month of November. Okay. So this was for Virgo ascendant. Best wishes. Libra ascendant. My friend, the month of November is a very good month for you. The first delightful thing is actually revolving around your knowledge, the way you approach your work. Remember, Jupiter is already sitting in the 10th house. From Libra, if you see Cancer, that falls in the 10th house for you. So Jupiter being in 10th house is promising you a lot of knowledge at work front, particularly. Okay, that is a very good thing. And that knowledge will actually give you a lot of honors, a lot of fame, a lot of skills also which you apply at your workplace, and that will also give you a bit of wealth. That's a very nice thing to happen with you. Now, challenge. If you get some challenge from your opponents, the planetary combinations are such that sometimes you need to apply Sam, Dam, Dand, Bhed. Which one you're going to apply to curb the challenge? Dam. So effectively, it is because of your knowledge and your effort, the money you are getting, you will use that money, that Dam, to curb the opponents. That's a very good thing. But I'll give you a caution. See, things are emanating from your 10th house, as I started initially. And everything is you are deriving from your workspace. But your Jupiter, which is in your 10th house, is going to be retrograde soon. For about 20 days, Jupiter will be retrograde in November. And 10th Lord Moon, as you progress in the month of November, is in Aquarius sign with Rahu and Saturn retrograde coming towards Moon. So 10th Lord, 10th house is not a very promising situation. Your Lagna Lord itself, though it is an own house, right, it will be combust. So you need to protect your career. Ensure that your career supports you. Otherwise, this honors, this fame, this money, this curbing the opposition, everything can go for a toss. And how you can protect your career? By very simple and effective Vedic ways. Okay? What if you get to know of a very simple remedy by which you use that remedy before you do any important activity for your career? Let's say before you even apply for a job, before you get into any interview discussion. Once you get a job, before you get into any important and strategic discussion with your supervisor, appraiser discussion, or your discussion with your senior stakeholders, your partners, before you present something critical, before you start a new project, launch a new venture, any critical activity, if you apply that remedy, you can get away with all these malefic influences. Your fortune will start to favor you. If you want to do that, go to the other video on career, which I put up a few days back. Go to your Libra ascendant section. Spend 2-3 minutes of time. Get hold of that remedy. That remedy will not only help you in November, but throughout your life with your career. Okay? Go and make the best possible use of it. What will be your deep desire in the month of November? You will feel like you want to be with your friends and live life to the fullest. That's your desire. It's a good desire. And in terms of property, as I've been telling you for quite some time, that you'll feel like investing in property. And actually the month of November is promising you. In the past some time, I was suggesting you not to invest in property. The time was not appropriate. November is saying, go ahead. You can invest in property, get your dream home. And I told you the same thing will hold good even in November. The thing which you will notice the foremost in your property is how it looks, the beauty of the property. Okay? Nice. And whom do you love? I talk about who is going to be your support system. So, whom will you support? You will support even your opponents. Forget your friends. And that will precisely be the reason that people will start to look at you as a bona fide leader, undisputed leader, undisputed authority, whom they will reach out to seek your opinion, your advice. They'll consider your authority as well. That's a nice feeling. Okay. Now, from relationship perspective, that's a bit tricky because you may try to experience this. Remember your deep desire? Relate it with it. You may like to experience this area quite well, quite deep. You may try to get intimate with different people. Okay. Be very cautious in this area. From family perspective, there had been some testing period with your kids, with your children. Now, November, you will find a big relief coming through. Okay, you can afford to smile. Your focus area, it is also linked to your deep desire and your relationship caution. You will feel like your focus will be like, I want to travel, I want to go abroad, I want to go to this place, I want to experience life to the fullest. That will be your focus area. Okay. From health perspective, I'll suggest you to take care of your middle body portion, your lungs, your kidney, your heart, your abdomen, your backbone. That portion requires more concern, more care from your side compared to your top and lower body portion. Okay. But it is going to be a testing time for your health. You need to manage it carefully. Now, another Jyotish insight that it will be a very good time for you to do some meditation and get in touch or association with some spiritual people. Very good time. So try to do that and achieve that. Who will be your support system? Your friends will be your support system. If you are feeling a bit low in confidence, reach out to them. And you can use timestamps to go to supportive days section, get the visibility and apply that to get favorable outcome for your individual, for your important decisions in the month of November. This was for Libra Ascendant. Best wishes. Scorpio Ascendant. My friend, if I ask you which are the few things which people generally look for from material happiness perspective, you want to have some good amount of money, success, fame. If I tell you you can get everything in November, how will you feel? You'll feel happy. The thing is, planetary combinations are supporting you to get everything. Honors, fame, wealth, success, even speculation also, with a disclaimer that it's your decision. Everything you are going to get. The two challenges are there. One thing is your decision making. You need to be very mindful that you're taking decisions thoughtfully. Think twice. And the second challenge, which is there, is in the area of expenditure. See, your 10th Lord, okay? Your 10th Lord will be in your 12th house. So this is not a very good to have combination. Why I spoke about expenditure from a different combination perspective, but even 10th Lord in 12th house is not very appreciated. So expenditure management is key, and you need to ensure that your decision making is also taken care of. Then you can get everything else. Everything else is kind of a delightful feeling for you. Fame will be there, and you have enough resources that you can actually be a very good host. You will like to get along with people in social, go to social gathering, get onto their houses, their places. You invite them to your place, get together and have some fun together. Very nice experiences. Now the challenge, which is the real cause of challenge. See, your Lagna Lord, Mars, will be combust for 25 days in the month. Okay? Though it is an own house, combust. And your 10th Lord will be in 12th house. Not a great thing. So you need to protect your career. And how can you protect it? By doing a simple Vedic remedy, yet effective one. Before you do any important activity pertaining to your career, let's say before you even get onto application of a new job, before you start your job interview, before you float a new business or new venture, before you get into any important discussion with your supervisor, with your senior stakeholders, senior partners, shareholders, any important activity for your career, use that remedy and see these things are taken care of. Your fortune start to favor you much more. You get strength and confidence. Okay? Go to the other video on career, which I put up a few days back. Go to your specific Scorpio ascendant section. Spend 2 to 3 minutes of time, get hold of the remedy. That remedy will not only help you in November, but throughout your life. Okay, make best possible use of that. Now, another delightful thing is that you have been taking a good participation in your children's life, and you will continue to do that. But this month of November will prompt you to incur money to meet that objective. That is the specification. Okay. Now, from your engagement with mother, I've been telling you need to take care of her, no doubt. In November also, you need to take care of her. Continue to take care of her. But the specification in November is you don't need to buy anything now. You need to talk to her as a friend. She needs to talk to you. She doesn't need any physical possessions any longer in November. Okay. Now, another delightful thing. You'll feel like going for some journeys, some spiritual connotation which have. That is a nice feeling. Okay. Your pain area. You'll feel like how nice it will be if you are regular with your daily prayers. That thought will bother you 24/7. So first half, there will be disturbances. Second half, you will feel much relief in this area. Okay. Whom will you support? Generally, I talk about who will be your support system. From this time onwards, I'll add this component as well. Whom will you support? Your advisors, people who think good about you. You will support those people. Where will be your focus? See, first half or one side of focus will be on your work. Parallelly, your second side of focus will be how to manage your social image. These two areas will really drive your energy. In terms of your relationship, now this is an area which is a bit tricky, quite tricky. You will get into some sort of argumentation with your partner, because of which there can be some situation a third person may come into the relationship between the both of you. That can be a bit tricky. Need to manage that really well. Okay. If you are unmarried or you want to get married, first half of November is more promising. Though you need to analyze individual horoscope and look for the matchmaking, etc. From health perspective, it's a bit tricky period. I would recommend you to manage your middle body portion more carefully compared to your top body portion or low body portion. For example, your heart, lungs, backbone, abdomen, this area requires more attention. Okay, be mindful of that. Now, your deep desire. You really will feel like your work to get settled. That is your deep desire in November. And my recommendation, do not make any hurried decision. It is not the best of the time for you to change job. Okay, not the best of the time. So hold on for some time, keep building onto your foundation, the right time will come. At the same time, I'll again remind you to add on to that Vedic remedy on career with your efforts. Both these things put together can actually act like wonders. Okay. Who will be your support system? Your father. If you are a bit low in confidence, talk to him. You will regain with energy and power. Okay. And I'll also recommend you continue to pray to Hanumanji. That is important for you. In addition to the Vedic remedy on career. Alright. And you can use timestamp, go to supportive days section, get the visibility and use that in making decisions so that you can get the favorable outcomes in November. So this was for Scorpio Ascendant. Best wishes. Sagittarius Ascendant. My friend, the first delightful thing is that it is a good time for you to show your social skills, how collaborative you are or can be. You will be able to build some nice equation with people at workplace, and that will help you, but be a bit cautious. Some people may try to play tactics with you. That's where you need to safeguard yourself. That is an important piece of advice. Okay, but your self-efforts will be really nice. Because in building relationship with people, you also need to put in efforts, and you will get that strength. Sure, for sure. And this will help you to get some good finances flowing your way. With relationship, with your efforts, finances will be reasonably okay. I'm using the word reasonably. I'll tell you the reason in a short while. A recommendation which I have been giving you for a while, you need to ensure that you plan pretty well. The better you plan, the more you can derive success in your professional matters. Okay, and the reason I use the word reasonably well when it came to finances, because see, you are Sagittarius Lagna person. Your Lagna Lord Jupiter, where is it currently? In Cancer, in your 8th house. Does that ring the bell? It will be retrograde for about 20 days in November. This is the month of retrogression and combustion. Where is combustion? Jupiter is not getting combusted. But your 10th Lord will be. Your 10th Lord is Mercury. 10th house is Virgo. Lord Mercury. 22 days retrograde and 11 days combust. Look at your positioning of Lagna Lord and 10th Lord. You need protection in your career. Okay? And how can you get that? Very simple and effective Vedic way. Use that Vedic way. Do something important, quick, which you can do quickly before you make any important decision related to your career. For example, before you even apply for a new job, before you get into your interview discussion, before you intend to float a new venture, new project. Once you are at a job, before you get into an important strategic discussion with your supervisor, before you present something important, critical to your stakeholders, shareholders, do that remedy. That will not only do away with all these blemishes, it will start to reactivate your fortune in your favor for your career outcome. So go to that video on career, which I put up a few days ago. Go to your Sagittarius Ascendant section, spend 2 to 3 minutes of time and get the remedy. It will not only help you in November, no, throughout your life for your career activities. That's how profound it is. All right. Another delightful thing. Let's get back. From learning perspective, see, there will be challenges. One thing is that as long as you buy the books, don't read it on internet. There will be breaks, conflicts. Spend money, buy the book. You are doing a remedy. That is Jyotish. Buy the book. Plus, if the engagement or the topic has some foreign linkage, fantastic. No problem. Okay. Now, pain area. Your pain area is that you feel that people at your home should be contented, should be happy. And that may not be happening. That's why it will be acting as your pain area in November. Okay, but now at least you know. All right. Now, where will be your focus? Your focus will be on your actions. You will really like to uplift your life to a deeper level. See the oxymoron. You want to uplift your life, but you want to go to a deeper level. This is language, but you understood the meaning, right? Won't you? Okay. From relationship perspective, I would say the month of November is quite relaxing. You had been putting in efforts for a while to streamline relationship, as you would have been feeling that your partner is a bit tricky to manage when it comes to finances specifically. Now, your efforts will start to give results now in November. You will be able to bridge the gap between both of you, and relationship will smooth out quite well. Okay. Now, the other thing is that in terms of recommendation for getting married, if you want to get married, November is not the best of the times. Still look at the individual horoscope. Okay. So the other good thing is that from the past some time, you have been acting as a broad-minded person, not specifically to one religion or one person as such, but you are quite open-minded when it comes to religion, spirituality. Okay. So if you want to maintain this, I will recommend you to continue to worship to Mother Divine. That will help you. Continue to help you. Okay. Now, from your engagement with your father, I would recommend you that you need to engage with your father with some spiritual discussion. That connotation will really bring the best out of the relationship between the both of you. Okay, just take care of that. You can buy some spiritual books, so that's still valid. But when it comes to your engagement with your children, you will feel a bit of testing time. Maybe their academic performance is not up to your expectation, or their company is not that you are appreciating. So need to manage that carefully. And from health perspective, please take care of your upper body part. Your head, your eyes, your teeth, your neck, your arms. This area demand more attention compared to your middle body part or lower body part. Take care of that from external body element perspective. If you go for a workout, ensure that you're stretching out your top body part comparatively more than your other body parts. Who will be your support system? So your friends who are younger to you in age will be your support system. Okay, and you can use timestamp. Go to supportive days section, get the visibility, use that so that you get favorable outcome for your important decisions taken in November. Okay, so this was for Sagittarius ascendant. Best wishes. Capricorn ascendant. My friend, things are working out quite well for you in November in terms of delightful things. So the way I look at your career, because that defines the flow of money, and then it brings contentment and happiness to some extent. So I see good yogas getting formed like Siddhi Yoga and a lot of other combinations which will give you a lot of enterprising capability, a lot of courage, so that you can help people and then also show your expertise, show your learning, show your skills, and get the benefit in monetary terms. That's there. Valid. But the challenge, you see, your Capricorn ascendant, your Lagna Lord is retrograde for almost the entire month, 27 days. It has been retrograde for a while. And on top of that, your 10th house, 8th Lord is in 10th house, Sun, and debilitated. Getting aspected by Rahu. You see the challenge. Lagna Lord and 10th Lord and 10th house is under radar. You need to protect your career so that whatever I mentioned earlier, you can get hold of all those things. How can you protect your career? If I tell you a very simple, easy, Vedic effective way, will you take it? So what if I tell you, you just need to spend 2 minutes of time before you do any important activity. Let's say you want to apply for a job. You do that remedy. You want to get into interview discussion. Do that remedy first. You want to get into a discussion after you join the job with the supervisor, appraisal discussion as an example. Or you want to present something important to your stakeholders, shareholders, to your partners. You want to launch a business as big as this. Do that remedy. All the blemishes can go away. Your fortune can start to favor you in your career activities. If you want to get hold of that remedy, go to career video, which I put up a few days back. Go to Capricorn Ascendant section, spend 2 to 3 minutes of time, get hold of the remedy. Not only that will help you in November, but throughout your life for your career. Okay? Make best possible use of it. Another delightful thing. If you do that remedy, your intelligence will start to work, start to favor you in career initiatives. Dhimanta yoga and all this yoga will start to function. And knowledge is very important for you because the other delightful thing is also linked to knowledge. The way you gain knowledge, the way you portray knowledge, in November you are going to display your knowledge in a very smart way. And that will be the key for you to deriving wealth. See, everything is linked to knowledge and that Vedic remedy. All right. You are going to get a lot of knowledge. But remember, you always put self-efforts like a lion. November also, but they can be a bit challenge in the capability. You may not feel that strength to put in the efforts. Daily prayers are a must. If you are engaging in your daily prayers, then you will get the strength. You will put in the efforts to get the knowledge and do the business delivery. Okay. Now the next is, whom will you support? I always talk about who is going to be your support system. From this time, I'm adding whom will you support? Your well-wishers, your true advisors. You will support those people. Okay. From a relationship perspective, See, things seems like a bit opening up, but you need to keep your eyes open. Trust is going to be the paramount factor for you to be in that relationship. So keep your eyes open. I'll recommend you. Okay. Now, what will be your deep desire? You will feel like exploring your risk-taking capabilities. You can take risk, and you know that. With the planetary combination taking place in November, you will feel like exploring those capabilities again. Caution from health perspective, take care of your top body portion more compared to the lower or middle body portion. For example, your head, your hair, your eyes, your teeth, your neck, your arms. This requires more attention in November. Okay, and another important thing, it had been a caution for a while, now this is a relief. There was a possibility that you could show your back to your guru's teaching. No, November is coming with a relief, and that I'll call the biggest relief or the biggest delightful thing. Showing or being attentive to guru's teaching is like, wow, you can get everything after that. Pain area, now this also is coming with a relief. Actually, it had been a pain area that there could be some miscommunication, misunderstanding between some people. That can get resolved. Be regular with your daily prayers. It will help you. Focus. Your focus will continue to be upgrading yourself and stabilizing your work. You really want to deliver high quality work. That will be your focus area. From career perspective, I'll recommend you to continue to pull the lever in terms of exploring more job opportunities, looking for business expansion, changing the scope of work. Good time. Very, very good time. If you add that Vedic remedy for career with your efforts, the results will be excellent. Okay? Who will be your support system? Your spiritual teachers, your advisors will be your support system. Your true well-wishers. If you are low in confidence, reach out to them. And use timestamp to go to supportive days section, get the visibility, and then use those days to get the best outcome of your important efforts, important actions in the month of November. This was for Capricorn Ascendant. Best wishes. Aquarius Ascendant. So the first delightful thing is that your relationship with your sibling is going to be excellent, and which will give you a lot of happiness. Okay. Now the other delightful thing I'll try to club. From material success perspective, if you get good wealth, if people recognize you, give you honor, and you get a lot of incentives at work, a lot of appreciation at work, right? In addition to honors. So this is all success, money, appreciation, comfort, right? You have it all, along with enterprising capability, along with the courage to take risks. Everything you can get, because there are a couple of yogas activating in your favor. But there is a challenge. See, your Lagna Lord is Saturn, retrograde for 27 days in the month of November. It had been retrograde for a while, the challenge had been there. But now I'm talking specifically about your career. 10th house is Scorpio. Mars is in Scorpio, own house. But my friend, combust for 27 days, about 27 days. Do it in own house. Mercury is there, retrograde for 22 days and combust for 11 days. You see the challenge. 10th house, Lagna Lord, 10th Lord, retrogression and combustion, as I call it. This month I call the month of retrogression and combustion. Is absolutely applicable for you as well. So you need to protect your career. And how you can do that? With a simple remedy, Vedic remedy. If you do that remedy, apply that remedy before you make any important decision linked to your career. For example, before you even apply for a job, before you get into interview discussion, after you are at the job, before you get into any important strategic discussion with shareholders, with partners, senior stakeholders, or even as I has, before you even launch a new business, launch a new project, use that remedy. activate the energy so that these things will go away, these blemishes will go away, and your fortune start to favor you for your career. Go to my other video on career, which I put up a few days back. Go to your Aquarius ascendant section, spend 2 to 3 minutes of time, you'll get the remedy. Keep the remedy with you throughout your life, because it is not only going to help you in November, but throughout your life when it comes to your career. All right? Another delightful thing, if you do that remedy, obviously you are going to get everything which I mentioned, much more possibility. And not only that, when it comes to engaging with your competitors, you're going to win over them. You'll get that sort of blessings. Delightful thing which had been continued, right? With that remedy, obviously, because otherwise 10,000 Lagna Lord and 10,000 problem. This has been continued that the time is excellent for your public relationship, such initiative, YouTube engagement, event management engagement, starting such initiatives. Excellent time. With that career remedy in place, and provided you also look royal, because every month I tell you how do you need to look. In November, you need to look like you are a resourceful person. You are a royal person, elegant person. Status, money is more important than looks. This month, looks takes the second spot. Your status, your money takes the precedence. So you need to look royal. Okay? Then things will work. And whom do you support? Whom will you support in November? I always tell who will be your support system. I'm adding from now onwards another dimension. Whom will you support? You are going to support your supervisor. People at work. That's a good thing. That's a good thing to make your life easy and comfortable. Not at the cost of your respect, right? Maintaining dignity. But if you are supporting for the right cause, it is a good thing. Recommendation. I'll suggest you to take all the major decision in the second half of November. First half, there can be some challenges. Okay. From finance perspective, there will be reasonably okay position, but there will be challenges in saving. Keep that in mind. Need to save well. Focus will be on your focus. You will give priority to your family. You like to manage your family really well. That's your focus area in November. And from property perspective, I'll say green light, you can go ahead and buy a property, invest in real estate, fantastic time. Okay. Now, another good thing which had been a caution in the previous period, you were going through a testing time with father, no longer there. You'll get a relief in that regard. So from relationship perspective, another beautiful thing coming. Even if your partner says something not so good to you, you will give it a pass. You will behave with such a maturity, and that's the beautiful thing you can have. It's a beautiful, delightful blessing. Now, there can be in relationship, continuing with that, when it comes to relationship with your family members, there can be some challenges as far as the finances is concerned, right? Financial division, dispute property, etc., etc. Second half of November, you will see relief. Okay. Now, I had been telling you that if you get an opportunity to relocate to a foreign place, you can take that. That condition is applicable for first half of November. Okay. So from health perspective, take care of your top body portion compared to your lower and middle body portion. For example, your head, your hair, your eyes, your teeth, or your arms, that demands more attention or careful attention. Your deep desire, you'll feel like streamlining your career. That is important. And while I'm talking about your desire to streamline your career, let me tell you my recommendation. This is the best time for you to pull the lever and do as much as possible, put in efforts to explore different propositions for job change or grow the business. I mean, this is a good time. If you add on that Vedic remedy on career, both things can actually work wonders. Okay? Who will be your support system in November? Your sister. So when you are low in confidence, talk to your sister. You will get a lot of confidence and happiness. Use timestamp to go to supportive days section. Get the visibility, apply that to get the positive outcome for your efforts made towards important decisions in November. This was for Aquarius ascendant. Best wishes. Pisces ascendant. My friend, the first delightful thing is quite delightful. It is linked to a spiritual outlook that you are going to have in November. Because if your outlook is spiritual, then that can take care of almost everything else. That will be a very good thing. And your thought process will always to gain more and more knowledge. I think that is the prerequisite for your outlook to be spiritual. Both are interconnected. Okay. So this will activate a lot of good yogas. You call it Dhimanta yoga and a couple of others nice yogas. So, and the good thing in November is that you will be able to use your intelligence to earn money. So I can see everything good. You have intelligence, outlook is good, you're using that intelligence to earn money. But the challenge, money comes from your career, from your work area. Your Lagna Lord Jupiter, though in 5th house, it is in Cancer right now. In November, it will be in Cancer. It is currently in Cancer even today. But it will be retrograde for about 20 days in November. And Jupiter is not only your Lagna Lord, Jupiter is also your 10th Lord. You see? So that becomes a bit tricky. 10th Lord and Lagna Lord getting retrograde is not an easy scenario to manage. You need to protect your career. Otherwise, because Jupiter is also giving you intelligence, it is contributing significantly, being your Lagna Lord. And everything is linked from your intelligence. Your career can go for a toss. The way you vision your social status and the equity can go for a toss. Protect your career. How can you do that? Very simple and effective Vedic remedy. Okay? Before you take any important decisions pertaining to your career, as an example, before you even apply for a job, as simple as that. Or before you get into interview call. Once you land into a job, before you get into an important discussion at your job, with your supervisor, with some senior stakeholders, or as big as before you launch a new product, expand business, apply that remedy, simple remedy. All these blemishes can go away. Your fortune will start to favor you. How nice. Go to my other video on career, put up a few days back. Go to Pisces Ascendant section, spend 2 to 3 minutes of time. Get the remedy for yourself. Not only that remedy will help you in November, but also throughout your life in your career pursuits. Make the best possible use of it. All right? Okay, good. Now, if you do that, obviously everything will start to function in your favor quite well. And then when it comes to facing your opposition, you will have that courage. Because otherwise, in first half of November, there can be some challenges in mitigating your enemies or your opposition demands. Okay? Second half, reasonably okay. But with the remedy, first half can also be okay. Okay? Now, other delightful thing is that I've been telling you for this for a while that people will regard you because you keep your words. You are a man of principle. You are a man of words. And that will continue in November as well, which is excellent. Excellent. Whom will you support? I generally talk about who is going to be your support system. I've added this dimension from now onwards. Whom will you support? You will support people who are outside your local town or city, some foreign people. That's a nice thing. To engage socially with people, this is a very good thing. It gives you an indication that you can actually get into such kind of activities like YouTube, vlogging, etc. Because that's where you need to engage with social people. And if you're supporting them, you're thinking about their happiness, you will come up with a nice product. Okay? So in terms of relationship, you will get that strength that you will act like a mature partner. Regardless of your partner saying or doing, you will feel like, okay, let me behave with maturity because you will have knowledge. But caution, there can be a third person getting into the two of you. So keep your eyes wide open. from another caution, from health perspective. See, you need to manage your lower body portion quite well compared to top or middle body portion, such as your thighs, your shanks, your legs, your feet. Manage it well from external ailment perspective. Don't be in a sedentary lifestyle. Keep walking after 15-20 minutes or after half an hour. Get up from your chair, go out for a walk and then come back. Your deep desire. You actually like to fine-tune your food habits and improve your immune system. That will be your desire. And from politics perspective, I have been telling you for a while that, see, but this now is relevant more in the first half of November. You can see yourself under tremendous politics. So safeguard yourself, specifically in first half of November. And if you get a chance to go out from your native place, take it. It will be good for you, for your career. Maybe your focus on two aspects: learning and managing your work well. Okay. Now, my recommendation for your work, don't make a hurried decision to change job, expand business, finding ways to do that. No, not the best of the times. Okay. Wait for the right time. Keep putting in efforts, keep building onto your knowledge base, and keep doing the remedy, career remedy. With your efforts and put together remedy, things can work really well. Okay. Who will be your support system? Your father. If you're feeling a bit low in confidence, talk to your father. You will regain the confidence. Okay. Use timestamp to go to supportive days. I'm going to talk about it now after Pisces Ascendant. And you'll get the visibility of those nice supportive days that if you take any important decisions, actions on those days, highly likelihood you will get a favorable outcome. So make best possible use of those days. This was for Pisces Ascendant. Best wishes. Supportive and avoidable days. So friends, as you know, in this section, I'll talk about the days which will support you, during which you can take important decision in November, right? And highly likelihood of getting favorable outcome. And also you will get to know the days which you need to avoid in taking those important decisions, if possible, as much as possible. And I'll go to the level of your moon's nakshatra. Okay? So if your moon is in Ashwini nakshatra, then supportive days will be 5, 18, 30, 30, 30. And avoidable 8, 10, 15 and 28 of November. If your moon is in Bharani nakshatra, supportive days will be 4th, 5th, 23rd of November. Avoidable 7, 11, 20 and 29. Kritika nakshatra, supportive 5, 18, 23. Avoidable 1, 8, 12 and 28. Rohini nakshatra, supportive 6, 16, 25. Avoidable 3, 8, 19, 28. Mrigashira nakshatra, supportive 6, 26, 27. Avoidable 3, 10, 19 and 24. Ardra, supportive 9, 18, 27. Avoidable 3, 12, 22 and 29. Punarvasu nakshatra, supportive 2, 9, 18. Avoidable 10, 14, 21 and 22. Pushya nakshatra, supportive 2, 9, 18. Avoidable 7, 12, 14 and 22. Ashlesha nakshatra, supportive 2, 4, 30. Avoidable 8, 14, 19, 24. Magha nakshatra, supportive 4, 5, 30. Avoidable 7, 14, 20 and 29. Purv Falguni nakshatra, supportive 4, 5, 23. Avoidable 1, 10, 19, 28. Uttar Falguni nakshatra, supportive 6, 18, 25. Avoidable 7, 11, 20 and 21. Hasta nakshatra, supportive 16, 25, 26. Avoidable 7, 10, 12, 20. Chitra nakshatra, supportive 17, 25, 27. Avoidable 1, 12, 21, 28. Swati nakshatra, supportive 16, 18, 26. avoidable, 10, 14, 21, 24. Vishakha Nakshatra, supportive, 9, 17, 18, avoidable, 3, 12, 15, 24. Anuradha Nakshatra, supportive, 9, 18, 30, avoidable, 8, 15, 22nd, 24. Jyeshtha Nakshatra, supportive, 2, 4, 30, 30th November, avoidable, 7, 15, 24 and 28th of November. Mula Nakshatra, supportive, 5, 18, 23, avoidable, 1, 8, 15 and 19. Purva Ashadha Nakshatra, supportive, 4, 5, 23, avoidable, 3, 8, 15 and 21. Uttar Ashadha Nakshatra, supportive, 6, 23, 25, avoidable, 3, 10, 19, 22. Shravana Nakshatra, supportive, 6, 16, 26, avoidable, 1, 11, 22 and 29th of November. Dhanishta Nakshatra, supportive, 6, 16, 18, avoidable, 11, 14, 20 and 29. Satabhisha Nakshatra, supportive, 9, 17, 27, avoidable, 11, 15, 20 and 28. Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra, supportive, 2, 9, 17, avoidable, 7, 11, 22 and 24. Uttar Bhadrapada Nakshatra, supportive, 2, 9, 30, 30, avoidable, 7, 12, 22 and 24. Revati Nakshatra, supportive, 2, 4, 30, 30, avoidable, 1, 8, 19 and 28th of November. With this, I put an end to the video. I hope to see you soon in some other video. Till then, Om Namah Shivaya.